How much maternity clothes are you going to need? So of course the answer is going to be it depends, but we're going to jump into and talk about some of the factors that are going to determine how much maternity clothing you actually need. The first step is budget. Are we on a tight budget or can we buy as much as we want? If that's the case, go for it. If you're on a budget, we're going to talk about some tricks and tips to save you money in buying maternity clothes. So the second biggest factor is, do you work outside of the home or do you work in home / you are a stay-at-home mom? If you're going into an office job, you may work at a bank, you may work as a dental hygienist, whatever the case is, you need enough clothing to get through Monday through Friday every single week. That's going to factor in versus if you are at home, you might wear casual clothes more often. You might even spend the day at home just in sweats and an oversized t-shirt, and you don't need as much presentable, let's call them, or maybe professional clothing. Do you need work attire? If you say we're the dental hygienist, can you wear something like scrubs? Are you going to need to buy 5 sets of maternity clothing? Or maybe you have an office job where you can get by with some of your old shirts, but you need maternity pants. Say they're dress pants, for example. I would get 5 pair of maternity dress pants. Now there is the other option of getting these different baby items that essentially expand your normal pants. Those are options as well. I did not have any of those, so I can't specifically recommend one. I will link one, but I don't have any experience with that item. That's a way to make use of the clothing you currently have and try to stretch it further. Now, I will say, if you happen to be putting on weight during your pregnancy and your pre-pregnancy pants aren't fitting elsewhere on your body, then this isn't going to work as well. And what I recommend, if you do seem to be gaining weight and just getting larger in general, is to go ahead and buy those maternity clothes. Don't keep squeezing into clothing for a very long time. If you're going to need maternity clothes, you might as well start wearing them at week 15 and get more use out of them than wait till week 30 and start wearing them then. You see what I mean? Like, get your money's worth out of the clothing that you are going to invest in. So again, if you're at work, I would say you need to have 5 pair of pants, and it's up to you how often you want to rotate clothing, but at least 5 shirts, maybe a couple more to mix it up, like 8. It could also depend on if you have a few dresses you're able to throw into the rotation, and somewhere between like 8 to 10 shirts is what I would recommend that are work shirts or work appropriate, depending on, of course, your work environment and situation. Now, if you're a stay-at-home mom, this is where you're going to want some like casual clothing. It's up to you how casual. Some people wear their husband's oversized t-shirts and they just put some shorts and they kind of like wear them almost like under their belly. It just depends on you, your comfort level, and how nice you want to look each and every day. But of course, the main areas are going to be shirts and pants. Have some dresses, and then another area to watch out for is bras. If you are struggling to wear your traditional bras during pregnancy, if your breasts are getting larger, go ahead and consider getting some bras. Now, if you plan to breastfeed, make sure they are nursing bras. You can wear nursing bras when you're pregnant. Okay, nobody knows that you're doing it. And then this way you're prepared for when you are nursing your baby and you're not buying larger bras to then later buy nursing bras. We're wanting to get the most bang for our buck here. Now, as I said, with our basic wardrobe of shirts, pants, and of course, dresses. How are we going to make the most of this? Well, we're going to look at what seasons we're going to be pregnant during. So say it is, I don't know, say August and you just found out you're pregnant. You probably aren't going to need summer clothes. I would not go out and buy a bunch of maternity shorts and too many short sleeve shirts. August is the end of summer. You're heading into fall and cooler weather with winter coming. You're actually going to want to get more jeans, maybe dress pants, maybe like sweaters and long sleeve shirts. Short sleeve, of course, can be worn in the summer and the winter, so those can be more versatile as well. My point is, look at the seasons that are coming up and which seasons you're going to be pregnant for or most pregnant for. Like the very beginning of your pregnancy, you're not going to need maternity clothes. So don't buy a bunch for that season. Wait for the next season. And then along with clothing in general, focus on a capsule wardrobe. What I'm saying, if you need inspiration, is look up just general capsule wardrobes that people do, where it's a gray shirt, a black shirt. It's very basic pieces that mix and match very easily. Now do this with maternity. This is going to get the most bang for your buck out of all your clothing and your ability to mix and match. Another suggestion with this is to accessorize. Maybe one day you wear the khaki pants with a black belt, and then the next day you wear them with a olive green belt. Like, spice up the maternity clothing themselves with accessories. It could be jewelry, it could be hats, belts, shoes. Mix it up with different hairstyles, but wear the same few clothing pieces to, again, save your budget. I also will say another thing that may impact this is, are you going to have more children, or do you desire at least to have more children? If you do, don't feel as bad investing in maternity clothes with your first child because likely you will wear them for subsequent children. And again, buy staple pieces, buy very basic essentials, and those can get you through quite a few different pregnancies. In the end, the amount of maternity clothes you get are going to depend on how frequently you do laundry. I may do with very, very few items, and I just did the laundry very often. Or say I was doing somebody else's laundry in the house, I would throw my clothes in. So you can make do with little. You just have to get creative and think outside the box. Again, it's going to depend greatly on your job and your budget. I would say those are the most important factors in your decision on buying maternity clothes. And finally, I want to say good luck on your pregnancy, your birth, and postpartum. And if you are going to breastfeed, please check out the video coming up after this one. It is all about getting a good latch with your baby, which is absolutely essential for being successful breastfeeding. So check that one out now.